Yo, 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 yo. Welcome. Today's video is going to be the trade recap for August 12th, 2024. And let's get right into it. All right. So, the trade that I took today was actually based off of the 10 o'clock open and how we closed on the 8-hour candle and the 4-hour candle. So let's take it back to here. All right, so first I want to do note out that we are the trade was based off of how we had a reaction to the weekly fair value gap here. So these candles here to the right of us, this is the weekly candle, and we created a weekly fair value gap denoted by this gray shaded box. And notice how whenever prices taps into that weekly fair value gap, we create this bearish 4-hour candle of 3 closure. So based on its power of 3, I can anticipate for us to take out this 4-hour low, right? And it is also in confluence with the 8-hour low. So whenever 10 o'clock opens, that means that the 4-hour and 8-hour closes. And there's time frame alignment between the 8-hour, the 4-hour, and the 1-hour. So I was anticipating for those 3 time frames to take out their respective lows. And notice how we also had a sell side level here too. This could be could be another draw as well. So I was anticipating for the next hourly candle to be something like a open, create wick to some sort of lower time frames PD array, and then take out the sell side level, right? And then that's where I would have exited my trade. So on the lower time frame, let's go on to the 15-minute time frame. We could see the clear displacement here. So whenever we took out previous week's high on London, we didn't really do much. We tapped back inside the weekly fair value gap, but we didn't get much willingness to trade lower. However, whenever we opened up at during the New York AM session, we took out London highs and we started to displace lower here. We took out London lows and then we took out Asia's lows. So notice how we closed here on this 15-minute candle right here, this one. So based on this 15-minute candle's closure, I can anticipate for us to take out this 15-minute candle's low and for us to treat this 15-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap. And notice how this 15-minute candle's low is also in confluence with that 30-minute, that 1-hour, that 4-hour, and the 8-hour time frame. So we have time frame alignment between like 5 time frames. And usually I don't take you'll see here I took an entry based on the 2-minute. I usually don't take my entries on a 2-minute chart whenever I'm trading 8-hour structure, but because the 8-hour structure is in alignment with the 4-hour, the 1-hour, the 30-minute, and the 15-minute, that allows me to take the 2-minute entry. So yeah, the reason why I treat this 15-minute fair value gap here as a breakaway gap is because of how the fair value gap is even created. So notice how on this candle, on this 15-minute candle, notice how we closed below the previous candle's low, right? So based on how we closed there, I'm going into the trade model as in, okay, we're gonna leave this 15-minute candle's high, here as a intact, and I want to see us attack this 15-minute candle's low first. So now with all of those confluences in mind, I'm gonna go onto the lower time frames and to find a entry pattern, right? So on the 2-minute time frame, we have created this 2-minute fair value gap, and it's also in confluence with a new day opening gap. So I'm going to take my entry here, targeting that 15-minute low, and my stop loss is here. So it's a 1.41 risk to reward ratio. So basically I'm risking $1 to make $1.41 essentially. And my full terminus would have been that sell side level that I marked out on the hourly time frame. So whenever prices opens up at 10 o'clock, you guys can see here, that straight line right there is a 10 o'clock open. So let's see what happens at 10 o'clock. We open up at 10 o'clock. We price into that 2-minute fair value gap, and we got stopped out. That is completely fine. I took this trade, I think, on the live too, so you guys can see how I manage my emotions and how I really handled myself. But this is one of those trades where I would have taken it every single time, just because of how like the model presented itself. Like I said, there's time frame alignment between the 15-minute, the 30-minute, 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the 8 hour. So there's there's those extra confluences, and we didn't take out this sell side level yet too. So to me, this is a perfect an A setup. I don't know if I wouldn't rank this to an A+ setup because we didn't really come off of a PD array on the lower time frames. I just know that we're trading based on the higher time frame model, so I'm just treating this 15-minute fair value gap as a breakaway gap, and I'm not really requiring prices to retrace back inside that 15-minute fair value gap. And let me note it out. So this is the 15-minute breakaway gap. And breakaway basically is just treat that as a gap that prices shouldn't refer back into if we're strong in that direction. And in this case, I wanted prices to be bullish. And yeah, that's about it for this trade. I would have taken this every single time. If I were to rank this based on performance, I would have given this a A+ setup, just because, like I said, the model itself presented itself. I took the model, and there was to be honest, there's nothing really wrong here, but with taking this model, it's really good risk to reward. I mean, the confluences that I have for this trade is in the way my model is. It's perfect, or not. I wouldn't say perfect because not every single trade is perfect. There's never a trade that's perfect because you're guaranteed to lose. So like I said, I came into this trade with the idea of I'm going to be content with whatever outcome there is. And yeah, the second trade that I did note out today, I didn't take personally, but it was more of those. It was one of those trades where I'm just watching it on the sidelines, where I noted it out, but it's, as traders, we have to decide ourselves: are you willing to risk money on this trade? And I wasn't willing to risk it, but it is a model in its own. So going to the 15-minute, this trade was actually based off of how we closed on this 30-minute and how we close on this 15-minute, right? So we had completely disrespected this 15-minute fair value gap here, and we priced higher. We took out pre-market highs again, we took out pre-market highs. So the reason why this is a pretty clean setup is because I'm going into this trade with the mindset, hey, this 15-minute fair value gap, again based on the fair value gap theory, should be treated as a breakaway gap. So I want to see prices open on the lower time frames, drop into some sort of lower time frame PD array, and then take out this high first. After we take out the 15-minute and 30-minute high, I don't care what prices does. If we retrace back inside this 15-minute fair value gap, I really don't care. But all I'm trying to get is this portion of this move. All I'm trying to get is this portion right here. That's all I'm trying to get. This portion. And like I said, I wasn't willing to take it, but let's go onto the lower time frames to find that PD array to target the 15-minute and 30-minute high. So on the 5-minute time frame, we have a 5-minute fair value gap. On the 4-minute, we have a fair value gap as well. On the 3-minute, there's also a fair value gap. So based on the 4-minute time frame, you would have taken the entry on the 4-minute time frame. On the 4-minute fair value gap. Let's go on to the 1-minute. So the 1-minute, you can see here, we dip into that 3-minute slash 4-hour, not slash 4-hour, 3-minute slash 4-minute fair value gap, and that would have been your entry. Your stop loss is at this 1-minute low here, 1-minute candles low, and you're essentially targeting the 15-minute and 30-minute high because they are aligned with each other. So there's time frame alignment, and bam, that would have been your target. Target gets taken, and you're done for today. And I believe that's going to be all for me today. There's not really much I do want to talk about. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later in the next one. Peace out. Boom.